No. No, because I always do it safely and properly. I don't crash diet or go extreme and cut.
Yeah.
You know, some people go, oh, going to cut all this out and cut all that out and go from one extreme to the other. No, I still eat sensible, but just clean up the food and do cardio.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't go crazy on drugs or diuretics. Or
So no diuretics or just...
I have used them, but it'd be like if the show was on Saturday, I might take half of one on Thursday and see how I look Friday.
Yeah,
if I look okay, don't tuck it, or maybe a quarter. But I know guys that if the show's Saturday, they'll take a whole one Wednesday, 2 on Thursday. I'm like, do you need it? Like, oh, I don't want to hold water. And they're just pulling water out, you're pulling minerals out, and then you're pulling water from the muscle, so you just get flat and look worse.
No,
So I'd rather just take a little bit, and then if you need it, then like I said, if you do have a little bit, just take half of one the night before the show, at like 2 a.m. or something. That's what I've done before, taken half one at 2 a.m. and it'll pull out that little bit of water from under your skin, and prejudging's 10 or 12, you'll be right. But you know, they go, oh no, I'll take this amount, and like I said, once it's in your system, there's no going back. Yeah, so.
And is that the classic one of the, you know, the all the prep gone wrong where
over diuretic, too flat, like I said, because you'll be so flat, you got no veins, you can't get a pump. And then when the show's over, you go have a good meal, you go fucking drink and shit, and then the next day, whoa, look at me, I'm so vascular and fucking the muscles are full, and
and
that's crazy.
What would you eat before the show?
Just my normal food. I sometimes might just have steak and eggs in the morning, something like that. No liquid that much, I might just rinse my mouth out, but then after prejudging I might have a steak or a hamburger. I still don't really drink much, because if I start drinking, then it just, you can't stop. So you want fluid because you're that dehydrated.
Yeah, right.
So I'll just like rinse my mouth out and stuff. Backstage before the night show, I might start drinking a bit more, because I'm like, well, I'm not going to smooth out between now and posing routine and shit, but yeah. But then I would sometimes be relaxed after this is what I always hate. I might go have a burger and a piece of cake, but I wouldn't drink, and then I'd go just lay in the room. And all the time I dreamed that I've fallen asleep and I've slept through the night show. But then I wouldn't try and sleep sometimes, because you know, you take those naps and you wake up and you feel worse. And you can't wake up. I'm like, oh fucking hell, I don't feel like going back to the night show, pumping up again. So I just walk around, do stuff, go to the expo, sign pictures.
And what's the strangest pre-competition ritual you've seen by a fellow competitor?
I don't really see what they do, so I wouldn't know. I've heard of people doing, you know, coffee enemas, and I've heard of people just taking injectable Lasix or doing IV drips of different stuff, and I don't know, I'm sure people have a lot of weird shit. I know some people back in the early days, the last few days they wouldn't even bathe or clean their teeth because there's sodium in toothpaste, and because of the sodium, sodium in the water, it's just natural sodium. They didn't want to bathe in case the sodium in the water soaked into their skin. I'm like, really? We can smell you coming. Yeah, that's just a tan. Yeah, but yeah, people sometimes go a little bit too extreme.
Yeah, I remember reading this one with using red wine, like to...
Oh yeah, try and get the veins out.
Yeah.
People have alcohol or try and have chocolates or sugars to bring them out, but generally when you look at those people, if you're in shape, you're in shape. You don't really need do anything to force it to come out, but everyone's got their own little... The thing is too, I don't think it brings it out. Even having the red wine or the chocolate is like, because you've been dieting so long, you know, like you get that euphoric feeling.
Yeah.
So I think you just feel happy and relaxed, and if you're relaxed, like I said, I could be at a gym training, veins everywhere. I've gone to guest pose or even gone to compete, and because you're nervous, as soon as you get nervous, the veins just disappear.
Yeah.
So I think sometimes when you just have things like comfort food or something like wine, it just relaxes you, so you're not as stressed. And like I said, because stress releases that cortisol and that which can smooth you out and stuff. I think Flex used to take medication for it because he'd get really nervous and shit, and when you, like I said, you get nervous and stressed, you can smooth out.
Yeah. Well, that's one thing Matt's good at.
Giving alcohol to relax people.
No, really getting the veins out. Like, whichever body part you need, he'll
knows how to.
Make it. Get it.
He makes it pop all right.
Yeah. So.
And he's got it relaxing with the wine.
Yeah. Just
couple of bottles, another glass there.
Give me a massage and get these veins jutting out. So it's
still not raining good.
But no, that's
no, I've never done nothing crazy, but I'm sure people do because we've seen guys look great and look shit on the day.
Well, that's something you gotta just make stuff up, mate.
Well, this is why I'd always be
a guru.
This is why I'd get ready early too. It's like I'd be in shape a couple of weeks before. So if you do want to try carb loading or try a new diuretic and this sort of thing, do it like a couple of weeks before so you know how it's going to work. Don't try and, like I said, do all this hard dieting for 15, 16 weeks and you've been following, you've been eating this food, you've been training at this time, you've been drinking this amount of fluid, you've been, like I said, having these supplements, but then for some reason this last week you change everything. And because your body's so finely tuned then, if you've been doing the same thing for 15 or so weeks and these last 5 days you switch it up, your body goes, what the fuck's happening? And your body's chemical makeup and shit just changes. Of course you're not going to look the same. That's why I don't get why these people, even like I said, you see a guy that could be depleted, be super hard because he's on low carbs. You can say he's having 100 grams of carbs a day or 50. And they go, well, we're going to carb you up now. You've been having 50 or 100 grams these last few days. I want you to have 500 to 1,000. It's like, why go that extreme? If you've been on 50 or 100, maybe just go 150, 200. Just a little bit more. That's all you need. And that's going to fill you up. You don't go to the, let's fucking triple it. All of a sudden your body goes, holy fuck, what's happening? And then the carbs go in, the little bit of fluid's going to go different areas. And then, like I said, the last few days they do different chemical compounds and the body's like, oh, holy fuck.
Yeah. And did you also find things that used to work early in your career didn't work?
Yeah, well, even the diet. Like, so I could do a diet 1 year. Say I did a diet in 05 or 04 and I was shredded. I go, fuck, look how good I look. I'll use that diet next year.
Yeah.
I could use the same diet and you won't look the same. So you have to make little changes, whether you got to add a bit more food or cut something out. Yeah, nothing. That's why you always figure, when you see a guy in shape one time, then he's out of shape, you're like, why didn't he just do what he did last time? So there's always that. Like I said, you always got to fine tune it, but it can be basically the same, but you always got to make little changes along the way. Like, it'd be good if you could just use the same thing. Say, this is it, I found what works.
The magic.
Yeah, this is it. I can stick to this every year and look exactly the same, but no, you got to tweak it here and there and stuff. But even then, like I said, even just your mindset and your how your body's reacting, nerves and shit. So you could probably look the good, but then say you're more nervous or you're, like I said, stressed. The whole body's going to change just from stress and shit. So, and then too, whether you're travelling overseas to a contest, and that always plays into it too. So,
with someone like Flex, did he always, like, was he someone that there's good guys that look amazing in the gym, but when they get on stage, they can never, like,
a lot of someone like that. You see guys in the gym who look fantastic, and then on stage, you're like, what happened?
Yeah.
Like big and full and vascular, and on stage they're smoother and fatter. So yeah, it can happen to a lot of people. But even like Flex said that, he'd always appear confident, but he was always really nervous and scared like that. But no, you just don't know. Your body reacts different all the time.
Well, that's the thing. It's the ultimate system where there's just so many variables, and
that's why I don't get. Like I said, when these people put up progress pictures and they go, "Oh, look at him 2 weeks out," and I say, "Look, he looks great, but he's got to look like that in 2 weeks' time." Oh, you're so negatively. Fuck you. What have you ever done? It's like they start attacking me because I'm not kissing ass. I said he looked great, which he does, but today's not the fucking show. Yeah. The show's in 2 weeks' time. If he looks that good now, he should only get better. But the majority of the time when they look that good, come the day to show, you're like, what happened? You looked good 2 weeks ago. What did you do wrong? How can you go backwards?
Pictures from 2 weeks ago
under that good lighting and hold on, let me just add a bit of contrast and shadows. Yeah, it's just like people get so mad at me because I say, well, he's got to look like that on the day. You can show me all the pictures you want. You can show me what the Olympias. Well, we're a day ahead, but the Olympias this weekend. You can show me a picture now. You're standing in your hotel room looking shredded as fuck. Comes tomorrow when you go on stage, you're like, oh, what happened? If you had it look like you did the day before, you maybe would have won the show. Yes, I don't know what they do where they got to think of these hocus pocus bullshit where their gurus go, well, let's just do this. No, don't do anything. If you look that good, don't touch it.
Yeah.
Just put a little bit of tan on, put some oil on, and pump up. That's it. Just walk on stage. Don't mess with anything. But it just seems like they've got to, well, maybe if we do this will get you that little bit. No. It's like when you ever done something, like I've done it before, I'll do something to the car, and I'll paint something, or do something like, maybe if I just add a little more. I was like this, and you're like, oh fuck, I fucked that up. You've either added too much paint, or the bit you added went somewhere else, and now fuck, I've got to fix that up. It's always you got to go. Say you're polishing the car, you get it just right. You're like, oh, there's one little mark. I'll just go do it again. Step back. Oh fuck, now there's 4 marks, and then you got to go do it. It's like, if I had just left it, it's like, so it's like if you look great, leave it alone. It's like Paul Delay that time. He did the Arnold and cramped up really bad. He could have won that show. He was that dry, days out, weeks out. The day of the show, he's like, well, maybe I can be a bit harder. And John Romano gave him 40 milligram injectable Lasix, and when he froze up like a thing, and he almost died. His body just locked up. They had to carry him off. It's like, see, it's just that little. If I do this little bit more, it's like, no, don't do that. Just be fucking satisfied with how you look right now. I'd rather. If you've been looking that good, go looking that good. Why risk doing this little bit that could make it a bit better,
extra 5%,
or fuck you up completely, where you're going to smooth out, or like I said with diuretics and you can't compete? It's like, why mess with it? Just leave it alone. You don't need to do anything. Don't listen to your fucking guru saying, well, maybe, no. If you've posted photos and everyone says, mate, this is the best you've ever looked, you look fantastic, then stick with that. Don't change it.
Yeah. No, I think
but they do. They all go fucking nuts.
It all comes down to that. There's a magic tablet or injection out there. That
I think too, it's like that thing, like you said, excuse me, you're never satisfied. So maybe if I just do that little bit more, I just, no, don't. Do not touch it. So that's why it's going to be interesting to see, because I've seen a few pictures of people who have looked good, of each, and see if they just look good on the day, or hey, you did your fucking hocus pocus, didn't you?
Yeah, the mad scientist has come in with his
bag of tricks. Felix the cat. What have we got there?
The mobile laboratory.
That's the thing too, they can come in and say, oh, I've got this new thing here, I've heard it's worked well. I was like, well, you've heard it, have you tried it on anyone? Oh no, these guys said this is the best for getting you dry. Okay, well, I might have got him dry. How do we know? How do we know it's going to work the same on my body? Shouldn't we have tried this 2 weeks ago? Because even if you try it 2 weeks ago, it's in your system for a day or whatever, then it's out, so you can, if it goes bad, at least you've got time to fix it up.
Yeah.
If you're doing that shit the day before the show or the night before, and shit goes haywire, and you can't fix it, or if shit goes haywire, now you're like, oh fuck, hold it. Now you got to take this, and you start taking all this, and it makes it worse. Like I said, it's like you overdone it now. Yeah. It's like you can't fix it. There's no coming back.
Yeah.
It's like all that dieting and prep and stress and putting your body through hell mentally, physically, chemically, all out the window because you wanted to try, like you said, that fucking 5%
miracle. The Hail Mary.
Like you said, you might have got first or second or top 3, and because you did that, now you're fucking 9th, 10th.
Yeah.
It ain't worth it.
And nearly killed yourself.
Exactly.